Hey guys, so welcome back. So I just want to know, did anybody happen to see the gameplay that I posted last weekend? It was a mix of Injustice with the Xbox Scribble Pack. Oh God, I can't speak today. So it was a really good. I had extra time after I did the Injustice gameplay, and I figured why not just throw in another one for no reason. So with the extra time, I decided to put in a new video, and there it was. So if you haven't seen it, then you can just check the channel and go watch it. It's very good. I felt like it was really fun. So let's get to the topic of this video. So anybody who is either subscribed to Jacksepticeye, Dashy Games, or you just bought the game in person, then you know what Five Nights at Freddy's 3, you know what Five Nights at Freddy's is. And the creator has just released the newest edition of it to the franchise, and now it's out now. So it was out, I think, 2 days ago, maybe. I wasn't really keeping track. So yeah, so the day Dashy Games had uploaded his video is the same day it came out. So it was a pretty fun game. The scary elements were so good in it. Like, your environment already gives you the chills, and everything else that follows up is just so much more scarier with it. It was such a good game. It was so scary. It really set the mood for it as soon as you played the game. But there's something that has bothered me for some time that I haven't really talked about the game, and basically it is, who is salvage. People have actually been telling me, it's like, basically my friends, they play Five Nights at Freddy. He played the third edition in it, and he said that this new animatronic named Salvage, in which he never seen, was like a combination of Freddy from Five Nights 2, Toy Freddy first, and Bonnie, and the paint job of Golden Freddy, all put into one person. So it really kind of threw me off until I started seeing people like Markiplier and all them playing it. So this animatronic is just so weird, it's so creepy, but yet no one seems to know who it is. And that's not actually a bad thing. The game literally just came out, so I would speculate that a lot of theories will be going around for it. So today I will try my best to answer this question, and if you agree with me, then good. If you don't, you can put it in the comments, say, Remy, you're stupid, this isn't who it is, and you can give your reason, and I might respond to see how you guys will, I don't know, what's your point of view on it is. So basically, that's what this video is about. So before we actually try to diagnose who this person can be, let's go with the storyline of it so far from night one. So on night one, you're greeted by this fall guy that you've never heard before. This isn't the fall guy from Five Nights 1 and 2. This is a whole different fall guy. So in the first night, you know, he's basically telling you about the new place. So now it's not a pizzeria. It's more of a, you know, scare house. So, yeah. But something's off what he said. He said that actually he had gotten some antiques from the old place where they're still doing an investigation about it. Meaning that this is around, so we can pretty much say that already, this is around the time of still 1987, probably a few days to a few weeks after the bite of 87 had actually occurred. And because of that, it seems more logical because the evidence are there. He got the antiques from the store. Police are still doing an investigation about it. So if they're still doing an investigation, this could be no more than from that point on in 1987 to a year in 1988. So who knows? But anyways, after saying he got some new antiques, in his word, that they were using it for basically the whole place, and that some people have actually complained about the old one that they had for the place, but they said that he kept walking up and moving around. Like seriously, first of all, Fazbear Entertainment, what is up with you guys keeping haunted animatronics? Like, did you guys not learn from Five Nights 2 that, like, I'm sorry, but the game is so good at that, but, like, seriously, if I owned a big company and the first thing somebody tells me is that my animatronics are moving by themselves and they were not programmed to do that, Scrapple, just throw them in the lava pit. We should be good to go. And we're going to get some Chuck E. Cheese animatronics that are actually programmed not to move at all. Like, at all. But then again, there is souls inside those animatronics, so Barney Dumbo will do nothing. They'll just come back and hunt the new animatronics, so... Yeah, you probably best get burning the whole place down to get your money's worth. Just saying. So, anyways, with that information, we can tell that A, they're in 1987. We can tell that they're in 1987 or 1988. B, that the investigation is still going on about the bite. And C, that you guys now have their heads when they were supposed to be scrapped. I'm not cool with that. You should probably just, like, fire me now. Because I'm gonna flip off having known that we have so-called antiques from an old place that was sued for taking the frontal lobe of a kid's head off. Just saying. So, anyways, because of this, now you guys have scarier mercs to scare people with. But they didn't mention in the process that they kept more animatronics. They just mentioned simply that we have antiques. So playing throughout the game and watching a few people play, somebody found an extra menu on there and searching through it, and they showed all the animatronics. So they showed Salvage, which is who we're about to talk about. They found Salvage, Phantom Foxy, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica, and Phantom Puppet. Like, this puppet is still around, and you guys don't understand how creepy this is. If this thing is still alive, this shuts down right now. This is not a joke no more. This is for real now. So, basically, your whole objective is, as far as I say to people playing it, that all the other animatronics can't kill you, but Salvage can, and he will not hesitate to. And it's pretty scary, it's pretty terrifying, but who is this Salvage? Who is this person who we keep trying to avoid every night who always gets you? So, here we are. So, one theory I heard that Salvage is actually the phone guy. And this could quite be useful for, in Five Nights 1, he's put into a suit, and Night 4, because he ran out of power, and in Night 5, he talks a whole new language that no one has heard before. But in Five Nights 2, because of it being in the past, he always talks about the marionette staring and watching, and now it's just because he's talking about the marionette staring and watching, and now at Five Nights 3, he's basically telling you about the spring-loaded traps in him. So it can be quite confusing on what this is, because if he's dead, because the one thing that came to mind, at least in my mind, is if he's dead in Five Nights 1, how is he in Five Nights 3 if this took place back in time? So that kind of creeped me out to the fact of being that there was only one explanation. He's alive because let me try to get this correct for you guys so you guys don't go throwing your minds everywhere. So basically, Five Nights 2 was before Five Nights 1, and Five Nights 3 is in the middle of Five Nights 2 and Five Nights 1. So we'll say middle point is Five Nights 3. So basically, in Five Nights 2, Phone Guy isn't dead because this is the past, and that's the future. So technically, we know his fate. And so pretty much, if this is Salvage in Five Nights 1, then that means that Phone Guy is carrying on the legacy, and he will return again. But this also leaves a hole in it, because if Five Nights 3 is the middle point, he can't be dead yet, because Five Nights 1 predicts his future, and Five Nights 3 is the past. So this theory is no good at all. So the second theory I heard, that it's one of the night shift guards. And actually, not the night shift guard, it was more of the kids. I'll get into the night shift one later, because that one's more special. Basically, somebody said that a kid is actually inside this suit with very good reason. Because this is in between Five Nights 2 and 3, because it's in between Five Nights 2 and 1, this can actually be the second Golden Freddy that they actually made. Because the Five Nights 1 showing more suits meant that there were more exoskeletons, and meaning that there were more places to stuff kids. And that in Five Nights 1, if the killer had gotten away with it for that time and the kids were never found, he could have kept his job up and doing the same thing. But there's the same loop again that sure the killer is alive in Five Nights 2, and in Five Nights 3 he's still alive if you watch the bad ending, or the good ending, he's still alive until he walks into Salvage's suit. And then in Five Nights 1, the killer is never talked about except for in the newspaper articles about how they caught him. So this one is kind of suspicious because if there really are 5 kids, there aren't a lot of animatronics to match it. So we have Salvage, the Puppet, the Phantom Foxy, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica. Wait, that's 4 or 5. Hold up. So Salvage, Phantom Foxy, Phantom Chica, Phantom Freddy, and the Marionette. 5 people. But no kid's body can fit into these animatronics. And the only people who can are within Salvage, Chica, and Freddy. Meaning 3 kids would have had to die within that middle point before anything else happened. So if that's the case, only 3 people would have died in this timeline, while the other 2 were in the future suits of both Bonnie and Chica, and both Bonnie and Foxy. So this theory is no good neither, considering the fact that only 3 kids died within this timeline, but 2 more are yet to die yet. So once again, if this is predicting the future, then this theory is no good at all. So the last theory I want to talk about is the one where they say that the night shift guys are in this, and this is actually good too. So here's the thing: I can support this theory all I want, but I'm just gonna break it down to you guys. This theory is actually so wrong because here's the thing: if if the night watches are in there, first of all, we don't even know our security guy. There's no name to him unless somebody actually beat the game and got a paycheck, which I have not seen yet. So if you guys know anybody, leave a comment down below. Other than that, I'll just check out like Markiplier, because he's the only person I haven't checked out yet to see whether or not they actually beat the game yet. I've seen Dashy, who made it to night 4, Jack, who either made it to night 3 or night 4, because I haven't seen his newest video yet, but I have not watched Markiplier play this yet, so it's still a mystery to me about what his name is. Anyway, as far as I know, his name was never presented, and the only 2 people we know are Mike Schmidt and Jeremy. Jeremy being in Five Nights 2, so if that's the case, he's being interrogated by police, so he could not be here. Mike Schmidt is in the future, meaning that if Salvage is still there, he's not presented throughout the whole game, so meaning he's no good neither, since we don't know who he is, and he actually makes it out alive through both nights, from night 5 all the way to night 6. So, and by 6 I mean 7. Yep, screwed that up again. But anyway, like I said, there's no way of telling if these 2 are it. So the Night Watch people are even safer than we can occur. Because think about it. Jeremy's in interrogation with police to see what he knows about it within 1987 or 1988. While however, Mike Schmidt himself is in some time due to game theory and to the game theorist, he's in some time that where his paycheck is about at least, I say, what was it, $5 an hour? So yeah, he's somewhere in 1990 while Jeremy's is somewhere in 1980, so neither one can be the victim. And even if they were, they're dead and pretty well known that. And even look at it this way: if in the future, which is Five Nights 1, if you die playing as Mike Schmidt, they show you a camera in your room as Freddy Fazbear sitting down. If you die as Jeremy in the past, they show you in a suit with no name in it, with no name or no description of the suit, and you only see old Freddy's face. So without any evidence to support these 2, we cannot prove for sure whether or not neither one of these night guards or any 3 of them happen to be the killer, happen to be the one who is salvaged. Well, if that pretty much covers it, then who is he? Wait a minute. The purple guy. See? Last second always happens. But if that's the case, then we do have one last victim, but he dies. Or does he? Basically, let me just give you the rundown of this. In Five Nights One you deal with 5 missing children, which everybody speculated the 5 kids are in animatronic suits. But then in Five Nights 2, however, you deal with the wizard versions of them, each still saying that they are all possessed by kids, and that the criminal, and that even so that the new animatronic criminal database are allowed to move in Five Nights 2. Thus, they can track a criminal miles away and even tell by their own records. And then in Five Nights 3, however, which is in between these two, the killer is not talked about, but in the minigame, and he dies by salvage. So wait a minute. If that's the case, we have Five Nights 1 in the future, Five Nights 2 in the past, but Five Nights 3 in the middle. There's only one reasonable explanation for this. Look, just hear me out with this. If Five Nights 2 is the past, the killer is still on the loose. He killed the first child who became the marionette, meaning he's still on the loose. Thus, because of this loss at the old restaurant, they have now decided to put up a new security program within the animatronics, thus the criminal database. The phone guy says the animatronics aren't, when there's no people in the room, they find your rooms. But what if that's not the case? What if Jeremy really is the killer after all in this? Because think about it. If the animatronics have a criminal database, they would have no reason to kill you, considering the fact that they're there for the people and the party. So they're the life of the party, but they attack if they see a criminal. Maybe Jeremy's the purple man. And not only that, but if Five Nights 1, the criminal is arrested, not giving off any name. And the only three people we know of is the guy in Five Nights 3, the new guy. We have Mike Schmidt, who's either alive or dead in a new animatronic suit. And then we have Jeremy, who's never speaking of again. And because the animatronics attack him in the first game, and in the second game, he's in the middle, they say that he died. So it still throws the theory in a whole new way, because if Jeremy died in the animatronic suit, which is said in any ending, he's dead in the suit, meaning that somebody else is in there either possessing the suit, or Jeremy is in there still alive because the clap didn't kill him. As they said in the game, that there's a type of clap in there. There's a type of metal clap in there that if it falls on, that if it messes up and malfunctions, you're instantly dead. But Jeremy could have survived this, right? And if that's the case, Jeremy must have been locked up and thrown in Five Nights 1, right? To stop his return. But then I hear some of you say, well, that's bull crap, because if that's the case, how did Jeremy do all of this? You're right. Remember, it's the past. So if they did move the animatronics and people are still getting in them, they're showing them different ways how to get in out of them if people were actually in these things, which I don't know why you would want to be an animatronic, but in the end, Jeremy must have figured out a way out and vowed revenge due to the fact of him being caught. To complete his life's work, he already took down one kid back in Five Nights 2. Moving over to Five Nights 1, where well, let me just put it like that. Five Nights 2, Jeremy, and Five Nights 2, the toy animatronics catch him, and the toy animatronics catch him. But because they were scrapped on the day that the police were investigating, Jeremy got off scot-free. In Five Nights 3, which takes place in the middle of these two, Jeremy must be the phone guy, and that's why he is captured by the animatronics in his night 4 phone call. Once captured, they threw him in the salvage suit where the clap must have caught him, and somehow he survived. And somehow he survived it all the way to Five Nights 1 in 1890, 3 years later after the incident. And in that time period, Jeremy must have found a way out of the suit, attacked the 5 kids, killed them, stuffed them all in suits. And because they said in Five Nights 2 that someone used a suit to kill him, then it's probably best to say that Jeremy used the Golden Freddy suit with no exoskeleton to throw off the animatronics, hoping that his return was unknown. thus saying that Salvage must still be alive. Jeremy is Salvage, and he's still trying to complete his life's work and killing kids, thus using the suit throughout time as all the way up to Five Nights 1, killing off the kids until he was caught, but the kids were never recovered due to the fact they were still in the suit. But that still leaves one question. Even if all that happened, where's the salvage suit at? In Five Nights 2, it's never brought up. In Five Nights 3, it's brought up as locked up until it started moving around again. But in Five Nights 1, it's never brought up. Police never found the suit, and they never found the kids. So, where's the suit at now then? If Jeremy is the one who did it and it's now locked up. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it got scrapped with the others within Five Nights 1 since they had such a low budget. But that's just a theory, and I don't want to get too far in this because I'm pretty sure I can wrap some of your heads around, and you're trying to figure out how your head is now facing your back instead of your front. But that's it for this video. I'll probably do another video whether today or tomorrow. It depends because I gotta sit here and try to wrap my head around what the heck this theory is about and why I just sat here with my head twisted all around. So until next time, this is the Real Deal Play signing off saying peace. I will probably see you today with the gameplay. Either today, between today and Sunday, you will probably see another gameplay from me. And until then, I'm signing off because I gotta lay down and try to get that wrapped all together until I figure it out again. So, peace.